How to get so consistent that it's impossible to fail. Now, most of you guys and girls watching this video, chances are you have some very big ambitions in life. Really, it comes down to three things that you more than likely want and know about, which is time freedom, financial freedom, and location freedom. And going even deeper than this, you want to serve your parents, you want to serve the people around you, you want to retire your mom and dad, you want to give your girlfriend or boyfriend the best life possible, and you even want to have the best foundations for your future, including your kids, including your future family. Yet for some reason, you've been on this journey for a long time, maybe over a year, 2 years, some of you even 5 years, where you've known about all of these things that you want, and you also know how to do it. But for some reason, you just can't seem to get the results you want. You just don't seem to have the consistency required to get everything on your vision. And inside this video, I'm going to be breaking down 6 points for you that you must have in place so that you never fall off again. So the first foundation is having a super clear vision and making a very clear decision on exactly what you want in life. If you don't know what you want, you're very simply going to fall back to your old standards and your environment around you and your old belief systems as well. So first things first, make a very clear decision on exactly what you want, meaning list out like 12 months down the line, even 5 years down the line, what you want. The way I structure this is I have a 5-year vision, I have a 12-month vision, and then I also have a 6-month vision. And very simply, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. I just write in bullet points, very clear statements of each thing that I want, whether it's a car, whether it's a house, and then I get super detailed on each point as well. If I want a specific car, let's say a Lamborghini SVJ in a blue color, then I get very clear and I write that down. Let's say I want a house, I get very clear and I write down a beachfront villa. You want to get very specific about what you want. You will get everything that you write down, so the more specific and the more detailed you get, the better. Okay, because you're just going to get it anyway. So that's the first point. Have a very clear vision. You can even structure this in each area of your life. So you can have like business and finances, you can have health and fitness, then you can have family and relationships, then you can also have spirituality and studying, and then I like to have one called life and freedom. And what I do is I simply just put bullet points in each one. If I want certain businesses, I'll write that down. If I want certain things for my health and fitness, I'll write that down. What it allows me to do is paint a very clear picture in my mind of where I'm going. If you don't know where you're going, it's kind of like stepping out of your house and not having clear Google Maps directions to a specific location. Let's say you're in the UK right now and you're in Scotland and you're trying to drive down to London. It's like stepping outside your house with no Google Maps. Like, my guy, you're gonna get lost somewhere in flipping Newcastle, somewhere up north, right? So you want to have very clear directions of where you're going, and this way you're gonna simply get there a lot easier. If you don't know where you're going, how are you gonna get there? One last point with your vision is the way I personally structure it is I like to write down everything that I'm gonna have pretty much in my material world. This can be like the cars, the finances, the houses, could even just be the relationships, the future family, all of this kind of stuff. The next foundation you want to have in place is very clear detail on who your identity is going to be, because you're in a current character right now, and this current character simply doesn't have what you want. Otherwise, you'd already have that thing in your life. So what you want to do is paint a very clear picture of exactly who you must be and that version of you who already has everything on that vision you've written down in the first step. The best way to do this is get very clear on the new thoughts, the new feelings, and the new actions that this higher version of you is taking who already has all of these things in your life. The best way to do this is to simply detach from your current self, even become aware of your current self by listing out exactly what your current most dominant thoughts and feelings are, and then asking yourself how you would feel and how you would think once you have everything on your vision. Because check this, everything on your external vision, all of the material things, all they're simply going to do is produce a feeling, which is the end kind of product of this vision. Okay, it's going to allow you to feel something. The reason why you want these things is because right now you're currently separate from those things. You believe that you will only feel the things on your vision once you have it materially in your reality. However, it's pretty much the exact other way around. You must give yourself permission right now to think and feel like that future version of yourself, and therefore you're going to draw that reality to you. That's how it works. So get very clear on who this higher version of you is, and then you want to embody it. Once again, it's the thoughts, the feelings, and the actions. You want to get very clear on this and also write it down in the present tense. A lot of people will mess up by writing, I will be this person, I will have this thing. Nah, embody it right now. Acknowledge who your higher self is. So write it down as I am, I have, I feel. Write it down in statements in the present moment. And that way, through repeated repetition, you're going to embed that into your subconscious mind. And what gets impressed into your subconscious gets expressed into your reality. And one final point with this is you must almost kill your old identity. You must detach from who you are right now. You must detach from this character who's been holding you back. This is one of the reasons why some of you are so inconsistent and some of you simply fail. It's because you still have the belief systems of a version of you that isn't aligned with your higher self. So you must detach from this. If you're in an environment that isn't serving you, get out of there. If you're in a friend group that isn't serving you, get out of there. Because your higher self would simply not have these things. So make the decisions right now, all of the decisions that you physically can, to embody that version of you. Because it's not just the thoughts and it's not just the feelings, it's also the actions that come into play. We're living on a physical plane. You must have unison between the thoughts, the feelings, and the actions, okay? All three of them must be in unison, and therefore you'll have physically in front of you exactly what you want in your life. The third foundation that I'm going to talk about is probably one of the most important foundations in this entire video. And this is your reasons why. Because you can have a very clear picture of your vision and everything you want externally around you. You can have a very clear picture of the new identity and who you must embody. However, if you don't have a reason why to do this, then why are you going to do it, right? Like, you must have a very strong and clear reason for why you want these things. And the best way to do this is to attach pain to your current situation and pleasure to your desired situation. You have to kind of be careful about this, because where focus goes, energy flows. And if you're focused so much on the pain, you can kind of unconsciously draw even more pain into your life. So let me explain how you can structure this. First foundation you must understand is that humans move from pain towards pleasure and from discomfort towards comfort. So if you make your current situation painful, then naturally you're going to move towards a more pleasurable situation. Let's say you're in an environment right now where you're not making as much money as you want, you're also not working a job you want, or maybe you desire to start that business, but you're too comfortable in your current situation. Well, what you must do then is attach pain to this. And the best way that I can describe it right now, this is a very painful situation. I want you to close your eyes and imagine this. Let's say you're in your mid-20s right now and you're working a mediocre job. I want you to imagine staying in this job for the next 5 years, the next 10 years. It's a job that maybe you don't like working. Before you know it, you're in your 30s and maybe you have some kids. And I want you to imagine pulling up to the school that your kids are going to, and you're in a beat up silver car, okay? And the car's falling apart, the exhaust is broken, and on the other side of the school gates, you see another dad or another mum in a sick Mercedes G-Wagon, or in a sick Rolls-Royce Cullinan. And your kid looks up at you and he's like, Mum, Dad, why don't we have that car? Like, can you imagine the pain of that situation? I'm not saying you should strive to have fancy cars, but can you just imagine the pain of your own child saying, why can't we have this, or why can't we have that? Because you didn't work hard enough when you were younger. Imagine that situation, man. Do you want to be that guy? Imagine not being able to provide for your kids. Are you mad? So attach pain to the current situation and attach more pleasure to your vision and the identity. Because naturally, if you move from discomfort to comfort and pain to pleasure, well, you're going to move from your current situation towards a pleasurable one, which is that vision and that higher self. Now, I'm not saying to tap into pain every single day, maybe just every now and then when you feel yourself falling off. But for the most part, I personally prefer to just tap into the pleasure, tap into the higher vibrations, the feeling of love, the feeling of gratitude. There's kind of different ways you can go about it. I know a lot of people on YouTube and a lot of people on Instagram will talk about the pain and you need to sacrifice. Like, no, you don't need to sacrifice shit, man. Just embody your higher self. Just feel the higher vibrations. At the end of the day, the end feeling is going to be a feeling of happiness, right? Going to be a feeling of calmness, going to be a feeling of gratitude. So just embody that right now and you're simply going to draw what you want. But when you do catch yourself falling off, which is why you're watching this video, because you're not consistent, that's when you want to tap into the pain. Just like that scene that I just gave you, where you're imagining yourself pulling up to those school gates. Now, fourth thing I'm going to talk about is habits. I've actually made another video listing out in detail exactly how to reprogram your mind and reprogram your habits. So in this one, I'm going to keep it short, but very simply, what you want to do is, first of all, understand exactly how a habit works, because a habit is formed by a cue, routine, and a reward. I'll give you an example. If you're someone who struggles to wake up on time, chances are your cue is the alarm, your routine is that you snooze the alarm, and your reward is that you get some extra sleep. And when you pick up on these cues, routines, and rewards that you have throughout the day, you'll realize that when you observe your day to day and write out each one of your behaviors and habits, that pretty much every day is the same. If you're someone who struggles to wake up, chances are you've been struggling to wake up every single day. If you're someone who struggles to hit the gym, or if you hit mediocre workouts, chances are you've been doing that every single day as well. And those habits are what are forming your reality around you. Once you become aware of them, what you want to do is reprogram them and write out the new cues, the new routines, and the new rewards that you want to follow. I'll give you an example right now of a good habit, which you can actually go ahead and start using straight away, which is waking up on time at the same time every single day. So your cue will be the phone alarm. Your routine will very simply be to get out of bed, energize yourself, do some stretching, some push-ups, maybe some breath work. And then your reward can very simply just be like a coffee or some cold water, allowing you to get out of your bed, get out of your room, and then maybe go ahead and set yourself up to hit a workout. And that's when you can link it to the next habit, which is you put your gym clothes on, your routine is you go and hit the workout, and your reward can then be like a protein shake, for example. And you can see how you can stack these habits and build up momentum throughout your day. And the more you repeat these habits, the more automated they're going to become, simply because you're going to be firing and wiring new neurons in your brain. And the more neurons you fire and wire together, and the more you embed these habits into your subconscious, the more they're going to become automated and easier to do over time. And therefore you're going to see your entire reality change around you. So the reason why you fall off is very simply because you don't have the habits required in alignment with your higher self, who already has that vision. And this is the reason why so many people will just outwork you. It's simply because they just have better foundations with their habits. Like for me right now, I'm currently on my exercise bike. It's like 6:30 in the morning. I don't have to think about this, man. I just do it because I've done it repeatedly for so many days in a row that it becomes automated. It just becomes natural for my body to behave in this way. To summarize that, watch your habits, reprogram your habits, and align them with that identity and that vision that I mentioned in the first few points. Fifth step is to have a short-term plan in place, because you can have a very big vision. You can have a 5-year vision or even a 12-month vision, but that can still be too much of a time frame to go ahead and actually understand how things are going to unfold, because you can trust the universe and allow the universe to unfold things for you. But if you don't really have a clear direction within the short term, within the next month or the next 3 months in terms of the action, you're simply just going to float around through life, and you're not really going to put yourself in the right trajectory to go ahead and get what you want. Once again, remember, it's not just the thoughts and the feelings, it's also the actions and the doing as well. That's why we're on the physical plane. So once you've set your intention with your vision and your identity, then you must come up with a plan to take action. And the short-term plan is going to be very simple. It's pretty much just going to be things that you expect to do and targets that you want to hit. Let's say in business, for example, maybe within 3 months, you want to go ahead and sign 10 clients for your business. Or maybe with your fitness, you want to hit a certain body weight and a certain body fat percentage. You want to get clear on specific outcomes that you want, and that way you're going to be much more likely to get them, rather than just simply floating around through life and not really having a clear decision of what you want with clear clarity. The short-term plan is just kind of chopping up your long-term vision into milestones that are going to be easy and achievable for you to go ahead and get. Final foundation that you must have in place is daily actions. And this kind of links everything together, because if you look after the days, you're going to look after the weeks. And if you look after the weeks, you're going to look after the months. And if you look after the months, you're going to look after the years. So everything starts with your days, and even beyond your days, everything starts with the hours and the minutes. So what you must do is have a very clear plan every single day of exactly what you're going to do, of exactly who you're going to be. And I recommend sticking to 3 to 5 daily actions that you do on a daily basis, which are going to be the core foundation that drives you from your current reality to your desired reality. So this can be as simple as waking up on time, meditating every day, working out every day. I mean, those 3 are very important for myself, as they've built up the foundation of everything that I'm working on. And then you could have like a very clear business action, and then maybe even just like a family action, right? Just whatever your higher self looks like, just embody the actions that they be taking, embody the daily routine to the best ability that you can in your current situation, and you'll see that things will start shifting around you. The more you embody this character, the more you're going to draw in the reality that this character already has. So it's as simple as that. And I'm going to leave you with one final foundation, which has been the biggest game changer for all of this, and this links to one of the daily actions that I just mentioned, which is visualization. With visualization, what you want to be doing is just simply getting yourself in a very relaxed state every morning, every night, just as you wake up, just before you go to sleep. And you want to read over this entire vision. You want to read over your identity. You want to read over your reasons why, and mostly just focus on the pleasure of the reasons why. And you just want to very simply just allow yourself to truly accept that this is true, that this is already done. And the more you repeat this over time, the more through auto-suggestion, you're going to impress the subconscious mind. And therefore, as I said before, it's going to get expressed into your reality. So with those foundations in place, you're never going to fall off. Trust me on this. If you stick to the daily actions, and if you do what I said on a daily basis and have that vision, identity, reasons why, plan all in place, you're simply never going to fall off. It's going to be impossible for you to fail. Take action on this. Go ahead and check out my Instagram. Links in the description, @MindOfKian. Go ahead and message me if you want. I'm very responsive. And I'll see you guys in the next video.